y'all? Mr. Weather Forecast here. I think you guys are seeing the live stream. I'm gonna go check out my channel. Alright, looks like we are on today. So today folks, it is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. So I am live, as you can see. We are covering a winter storm advisory. Looks like here in the Northeast we have a few snow squall warnings, which we will get to that in a minute. So, but other than that, folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. It is so glad to see everyone else. I am glad to be back on stream. But other than that, it's all good, y'all. So, anyways, let's get started. So we are looking at a few some snow squall warnings. Looks like we are looking at it, and it looks like it says snow squall warning for Fulton and some winter weather advisories down in the south of Fulton and west side of Rochester. So I will review this. Looks like we can see what it says. Looks like it says snow squall warning. The National Weather Service in Buffalo has issued a snow squall warning for northeastern Wayne County and western New York, Cayuga County in central New York, Oswego County in central New York until 6:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 5:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a dangerous snow squall was located along a line extending from 7 miles north of 9 Mile Point to 7 miles west of Caddo, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard intense bursts of heavy snow. Gusty winds lead to blowing snow and rapidly falling visibility. Wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Source radar indicated impact. Travel will become difficult and potentially dangerous within minutes. This includes Interstate 81 exits in 32 and 37. Locations impacted include Oswego, Fulton, Fairhaven Beach State Park, Sandy Island Beach State Park, Pulaski, Central Square, Caddo, Selkirk, Shore State Park, Mexico Point at State Park, and 9 Mile Point. Reduce speed and turn on headlights during snow squalls. The visibility may drop near to zero without in whiteout conditions. So as you can see, that's our first warning from the National Weather Service, and we're going to move backwards. We also have a winter weather advisory, so this is going to be pretty interesting. So for folks who live up there, should be careful, because as I said again, this like these winter storms aren't really exactly any jokes. So other than that, yeah. So we got a new viewer here. Looks like it's saying in Spanish. It says tornado in the north coast of the United States. It's tornado. Alright, so this person is saying that there is a tornado that is happening in the north of the United States. That's what it says in Spanish. Okay. Well, thank you for that update. I will check that in a minute. So we have another warning. This is this looks to be a winter storm advisory or winter weather advisory. So winter weather advisory in effect from 7 p.m. this evening to noon Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. What late like effect snow expected, total snow accumulations 3 to 6 inches in the most persistent lake snows where Wayne and northern Cayuga counties. The greatest accumulations will likely be across northeast Wayne and far northern Cayuga counties when from 7 p.m. this evening to noon Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. Impacts plan on snow-covered and slippery road conditions with reduced visibility. The hazardous conditions will impact Tuesday and evening and with the morning commutes. Uh, lake no lake effect snow will fall in relatively narrow bands. If traveling, be prepared for rapidly changing road conditions and visibilities. Submit snow reports to their website or social media, which is Hitchcock. I don't know what the name is that, but yeah, that's the name that they have. So also, whoops, let's go back. National Weather Service. So this person on chat is saying that we have like some sort of tornado that is going on in the northeast, on the north. I'm not exactly sure, or someone spamming our account. So let me just check the. Where's the? Can someone help me out? Cause I don't know how do you get the. Uh, oh yeah. Anyways, folks, I have a few things that I would like to mention. There's a good chance I could get some like. Oh, whoops! I got into Memphis, Tennessee. But look at this, folks. This is what we got. Why am I bringing back to? I'm not going back up there. It's like it gives us. Uh, it's like bringing us back to a different like. Hold up. All right, give me this. It's like it doesn't want to let me do something. Oh, jeez. You serious? Uh, Great. High resolution. Let's just go for the one that we have. But anyways, you can't really see this clearly, but it says that there's some freezing rain possible. So there's a good chance I'm gonna get some mixed precipitation where I live. So like you can't really clearly see in this map, but if you see pretty clearly, it says that there's a good chance we could have some. So for people who live in the east and west of Kentucky and east and west of Virginia, looks like you guys could expect to have some mixed precipitation. Just a few weeks. We had the ice storm, and oh my god, it is so how do you say it? Oh jeez, it was so worse. There was a lot of ice falling, and it was not good at all. It was pretty something, not nothing that I would want to expect seeing it, but hey, at least well, not much of the ice is melting off, so this is really like, yeah. So look at severe weather. So hmm, pretty weird. Looks like we don't have anything that is, but I can check, make sure. See today's outlook. This one is today's outlook. So this person on chat says that someone that says that there's a yeah this thing. I don't know. It's like. There you go. So looks like this person in chat says that there's like a hold up. There's like a storm like it says the north coast in the United States. I don't know what this is actually supposed to mean. I don't know if there's like cuz there is no tornado. So a person who sent me that is there is no I'm looking at it right now. So February 3rd, that's today, there is no tornado or some of that stuff. So yeah. So sorry, Raul A. Perez, you were incorrect. We do not have any of that stuff today. So you gotta bear with me, Perez. So anyways, moving back, as I said again, so there's nothing much, but yeah, this is what we were seeing it. So let's move on to this one. to the weather models that I've been saying. So there's a good chance I'm gonna get some like some hold up. There's a good chance I'm gonna get some icy precipitation, maybe mixed precipitation. I'm not exactly sure, but this is what I'm looking at. So we're gonna go precipitation type, and it looks like. Hold on, let's click this out. So this is what mostly is happening up here in the Northeast. So not exactly sure. So I'm gonna go to the change the location. Where's it called? It's the one in the. I think it was like the. Oh, it's the Mid Atlantic. I forgot. There you go. So this is the Mid Atlantic that I received, and let's put it right here to more closer up footage. All right, so this is what they said. They said that we could have a mixed precipitation up here somewhere in Kentucky and Virginia, and also West Virginia as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll be back because I gotta get my watch. So anyway, folks, I'm back. So as I said again, um, there is like so they said on the National Weather Service that there's a good chance I'm going to get some icy precipitation, but we are going to look into the GFS model to have like to clarify the information that was provided, and they said it was possible, but we don't know exactly. So, oh, whoops. So we're gonna we're gonna start this. So as of February 3rd, you can see nothing out of the ordinary. But by midnight, you can see that there is some snow happening down here in the south parts of Indiana and the southern parts of Ohio and some northern parts of West Virginia. Moving later into tonight, looks like they weren't really that wrong because you can see that there is that snow. There's a lot of snow that is happening up here. Like you can see at on somewhere like around 3 UTC. I think that is probably like I can't exactly define if it's like it could be like 3 in the morning, I think, but not entirely sure. So to be sure is that there is some snow and ice, some mixed precipitation up here in Kentucky and West Virginia as well. Moving later to tonight into the early mornings, you can see that the snow reaches into Virginia, northern Virginia. More of that icy precipitation occurs, and as later as we pass into day, you can see a little light of snow is happening down here in parts of Virginia. So Virginia could expect to have some snow and ice at the same time. So as I'm saying this is really really whack because we previously had a cyclone bomb up here that hit down here, and it hit mostly the parts of well, what's it called, of southeastern North Carolina and South Carolina, I believe. And also we had some snow in Florida, which I never covered there on that day because I was busy with making some of the projects of my channel. And also to give you all an update, the trailer for the new update of this channel has been released. The only thing is that it's only available on Instagram. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you will see the trailer. I did not put it on YouTube because I didn't want to get copyrighted there, because it had some music that I pretty liked, and it was pretty fitting for the trailer. But if you guys want to look at it, you guys can go on on Instagram. You guys can view it yourself. This is pretty good because it's a pretty good thing. But as you can see again, going back to weather topics, you can see that snow. So mostly in the southwest parts of Virginia and northern parts and northeast and northwest of North Carolina, it's supposed to have a lot of snow and some ice. So this is one of those wacky things you never want to find out for yourself. But as I said again, this is really whack. I wouldn't want to like, cause partially, since this could occur on February 5th, which I think that is Thursday. So for people who are in Thursday, I would recommend to avoid traveling as soon as possible because this is kind of pretty serious. You know, you guys could get into like a slippery situation. You guys can like, get into like an accident, which we don't want that to happen. But as I said again, please avoid driving if possible. And yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna move on to a different outlook, and it's gonna be the snowfall. So let this thing cool down and let this thing. Okay, so this is what we're expected to have some snow. So as I said again, later today and tonight, as the time passes, there is gonna be some around 1 to 3 inches of snow. So looks like for southern parts of West Virginia could have 3 inches of snow, which isn't really that much. And also for some parts of southwest of Virginia, looks like there could be some 1 to 2 inches of snow. And for the northwest of North Carolina, again could receive 1 to 2 inches of snow. So it's not going to be really much, but still you're gonna have some few changes because by later as we go later into the later weeks, as we go into the later weeks, you can see that there is going to be another snow that could occur, and it's going to hit most parts of West Virginia and mostly in the Northeast. So which mostly could happen in Maine. Still, we want to make sure to keep the community safe. And as well, we're going to not only look at the snowfall, but also the icy precipitation, which I don't think I have it on the I don't think I have it on the Mid Atlantic one, but yeah, let's just look at more closer and more enhanced look. Let's look in Virginia because Virginia is one of the most common parts where we don't really much receive snow. So let's get to a more in-depth view of Virginia. So this is Virginia. As I said again, Virginia looks to be like maybe some snow, but could be wrong because I'm not gonna share my location where and what specific part of Virginia, but somewhere in the central. That's where I live. So basically, I could have like a little bit of snow, but mostly just gonna be some mixed rain. Which yeah, again, but right here in West Virginia, as later by the weekend, you can see that there is some like a little slightly heavier snow, maybe like around 7 inches of snow, but mostly right here could be around 8 to 9 inches of snow. So I could be wrong, but sometimes the weather could change the path directions, and it could have a different impact. And yeah, as well, we're gonna look into West Virginia because West Virginia looks to be a little bit a bit confusing by chances. So yeah, let's look at this in West Virginia. So looks like West Virginia again. There's gonna have some two like in the northeast parts of West Virginia, 2 inches of snow, but in the south part of West Virginia is 3 inches of snow. By later the weekend, the snow will reaccumulate back to 6, maybe 7 inches of snow. Not referencing to the number. Yeah, I don't want to say that on my live stream because I do not want to yeah. But anyways, probably 6 to 7 inches of snow in the eastern parts of West Virginia. So yeah, and this is pretty then there's this common occurrence that Virginia doesn't really get snow because which I will do a video later. I think I will do a video about it, but other than that, I have a lot of videos I gotta catch up on making them. I made the 5 episodes of Winter Blizzard Edition, but I don't think there will be a sixth episode because there isn't really much occurring. There's not really much like a pretty serious winter storm. Unless if it was really serious, I could do another video. But since it's not really serious, there isn't really much I can make. So yeah. Still, I'm still gonna be on YouTube, but mostly I moved on to going on Instagram. So much like this region. I'm gonna go back to the United States, and also up here in North America, you can see that there is something a little change up here. So we're gonna change from snowfall to pressure. Now, mostly right up here, there's we're gonna change. We're gonna go look up on the pressure anomaly, which is what we can look up and look up for ourselves. So if we go for the pardon, um, look at the this one right here. This is the pressure anomaly. So as you can see, there's nothing much happening around here, but this is what I'm thinking. If this snow was to occur, there is a low pressure system down here in the southeast. But as we go later, as the time goes by, this low pressure system keeps developing, and then reaches down here into Florida. So this is something I could be concerned down in Florida. So I don't know what kind of low pressure system is this. I don't even know if this is going to be concerning, but because this low pressure is in Florida, excuse me. Since this is like in Florida, this is kind of pretty concerning. I think I could cover on that in Florida, which actually I could potentially I could cover there, but other than that, this is pretty, this is pretty viewable. I kind of like how we can view this in parts of right here. But anyways, moving on, we're gonna go on to the back on the models on the precipitation and types of precipitation. So because this is where we are looking at some sort of snowfalls. So we're gonna change locations. Oh, whoops, not Canada. Sorry. Sorry if I can't make videos of Canada, folks. I think I could make Canadian forecast, but I still want to make topics here and right here. Don't want to maintain topics. So, anyways, going forward again, Florida seems to be in the clear. Doesn't look like there's not much going on. But as later as we pass through the days, jeez, I keep just yawning all day. Anyways, as I said again, when that low pressure system comes down here, you can see it's bringing down a sort of like heavy rain, pretty heavy rain, not much exactly, but it's like gonna bring a little bit of like rains. That's because of the low pressure system coming down here gives us this like slightly heavy rain, which if we look at that closely, we can look at the max precipitation. So if we look at this, so we look at the precipitation that's gonna happen in the next week. We can see there's nothing much, but as the day progresses, mostly the precipitation where is expecting looks like down here in central Florida looks like about zero point 0.6 inches of rain, which isn't really that much. But still, I think I would want to keep an eye on there. People who live in Central Florida, mostly that would be impactful for Miami. So hold up, or actually no, it might be in the Orlando area because it's mostly closer. So I think this is in Orlando. So for the residents who live in Orlando, looks like Orlando is gonna have a pretty big hit down there. Not really big, but like almost to be like maybe moderate, maybe mild to modern heavy rain. But we're not exactly sure if this is gonna be extremely heavy. But I am probably gonna be saying that there could be some small flooding if this rain was to be a little more a little more heavy. But other than that, isn't really exactly that heavy, and still this rain is still going. So yeah. So anyways, moving back to the United States again. Um, there isn't really much I can. There's not really much to progress here, but still, I will just go on and just I don't know, probably just do something anyways. So in the meantime, folks, since I think I covered most of it, unless if you guys have any more requests for me to cover, you can say it in the chat. There's not really much viewers going on here, so I like. Jesus, I really need to stop like yawning so much. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. But still, it's still gonna be like one of those it's really heavy. Not really much exactly heavy snow. I'm still gonna be I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like just like a little bit of snow, but it's not really exactly much. So again, I'm still yeah. Also, folks, on Discord, I have my I have my what's it called? I have so a few updates on my Discord server. There isn't really that much, but also I would like to say that I did I don't know how to say it. So basically what happened is that I retired from working with Aquastar. So for people who don't know, Star Aqua or Aquastar as I always call it. So Star Aqua is my it's one of my it is one of the servers that I used to work there with a friend that I know, and apparently I eventually was a mod there, but eventually I decided to retire because since I wasn't really much like they say that I'm retiring in because of my moderation, but in real life I didn't really exactly retire just yet. I wasn't retiring. There was no point that I was going to retire. But I think because they said that I wasn't really active on their server, they decided to let me go. And I had said I just wanted to self terminate myself from the server. So so they believed that I was gonna retire. But in real life, I did never in my life plan to retire from that server. They just wanted to to basically just push me out of the dethrone my or what do you call it? It's a word that they like lower your status of your ranking or something into that effect. But still, as I said again, there's I'm not trying to cause any drama on someone else's channel or someone else's, but there are a few things that I would like to mention. Well, one of them is that I never in my life ever planned to retire from from one of my Discord servers that I plan to visit. Again, the only reason they took my position a little lower is because I was barely active on their server. So, it's not exactly, what do you call it? Common courtesy. Not exactly common. But yeah, again, there's nothing about me saying. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I was on their server. So, anyways, again, they just said that I was like on their. I'm gonna stop clicking on that stuff. So, I never planned to retire at that place. They just decided to kick. I mean, not kidding me. They just literally just dethroned or just took down my rank to lower to be just viewer instead of mod. I think that they just believed that I wasn't so active there. So just because I was uh, less active doesn't mean my ranking has to be lowered. I mean, most people on Discord servers are a little different. People don't have rules where they say, "Oh, if you're not active on the server, we're gonna lower or what you call it." I'm trying to find that word that goes there. So yeah. So hold up. Um, yeah. So basically, what they said, so basically what happened is that they basically demoted me. If more better so yet, because if I wasn't active and I was a moderator at Star Aqua, and they go on, they say I never like they didn't really say it, but I think I could I did recorded a few words that they said. It isn't really much to back up my claim, but I did witness it. Um, and still, you know, again, I never. I did really well. It's just I never been there that much as usual because, as again, I never decided to, never in my life decided to retire from the server. I just wasn't that active because I was busy. I was so busy at upgrading stuff, um, moving on to some projects that I had to, innovate and eventually, try to make my channel grow big. Because apparently I have now around 242 subscribers, which is pretty really interesting. And also my recent video that I uploaded was the which was Blizzard Edition Northeastern Cyclone. This had a lot of views, so I still think that I should be not demoted from being a moderator at Star Aqua Weather uh, Discord server. So still, I I think I don't think I should be demoted there. I think I should be, I should have that I should have I should have my moderation back cuz still I've worked pretty hard, but I wasn't really exactly on the server that much because again, I had a lot of projects I had to work on to make the channel more bigger, and I haven't got a brand new computer, and this computer has a broken screen, which I will not mention what happened to that screen, but still, I might get myself a new computer, a more better one that has a little more of a more that has a more better RAM, has a little extra memory in it, has a little extra space because this one has like around 100 and something gigabytes. No, actually this one is like 64 gigabytes. But since I put like an SD card in it, like on the ports, it increased the number to like 125. I don't know how much exactly. 125 gigabytes, just like the iPhones have, like the Pro models. They have that 125 gigabytes of space. It's still it is pretty interesting to see something like that. And also, folks, I think this is a pretty interesting thing. Not really much exactly, but yeah. So how long has this on the stream? 29 minutes. I've been on the stream 29 minutes. That's a pretty extensive time, but so yeah, this is just a small briefing. It isn't really that much, But if you guys want more streams like these, I think I will make another stream in a later date. And oh my gosh, I was right. There is like well, what's it called? Frost advisory. How northeastern Florida? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah. Uh, so so yeah, this is really this is just when I'm like not only this is like a not only this is a stream for me to brief the upcoming winter weather effect event. This is also a small personal little rant about me getting demoted from a server that I joined and barely even done there as a mod, but still I still deserve my moderation back. I never planned to retire in the first place. They just assumed that I wasn't really that active and they just wanted to demote me. And but still, I'm still on their server. Anyways, folks, I think I'm gonna end the stream because this is just like this isn't really much. This is just like a brief description of the event and nothing much exactly. So yeah. Anyways, folks, this will be today's stream, and uh, and also I would like to say that everyone should like, subscribe, and follow the video. Follow this channel or subscribe. I just say follow because I'm more of an Instagram person. So yeah. Anyways, folks, I'll see y'all in another stream, and we'll see y'all in the next stream, guys. See ya.